Okay. Okay, I just have one item for all of you at the top, a week ahead. This weekend, including President's Day, on Monday, the President will remain in D.C. Throughout, obviously at the White House. Throughout next week, the President will continue close coordination with our allies and partners on Russia's potential further invasion of Ukraine. On Tuesday, the President will host an event announcing progress on restoring critical supply chains, powering clean energy manufacturing, and creating good-paying jobs. And on Thursday, the President will participate in a virtual G7 leaders meeting to discuss the ongoing situation with regard to Russia and Ukraine and priorities of the German G7 presidency this year. With that, I will try to jump around as much as I can. Josh, you want to kick us off, though?
Great, thanks, Jen. Two questions. First, has the President read the Russian response on Ukraine? And is he giving any consideration to mobilizing additional troops in Europe?
Well, on the first part, I know that, as you all know, our Secretary of State has accepted the invitation to have a meeting with Foreign Minister Lavrov, or engage with him next Wednesday. And certainly we are continuing to review. In terms of the President's status or process there, I don't have anything to update you on. We have always said from the beginning that we are open to sending more troops should that be needed, but I don't have any update on that front. I would point you to the Department of Defense.
And then secondly, real quick, separatists in Ukraine are evacuating civilians to Russia. Secretary Blinken warned about this as a type of false flag operation. Now that you're seeing these operations, does that mean a further invasion is forthcoming, if not inevitable?
Well, I would first say that we continue to believe, as you heard our Secretary of State say yesterday, that Russia is positioned to attack Ukraine in the coming days. And that remains the case. Just what the Secretary said yesterday, obviously the President will be speaking shortly to all of you. At the same time, the door to diplomacy remains open, and it will continue to remain open. And again, as is evidenced by the fact that our Secretary of State is planning to engage with the foreign minister. But in terms of these reports, yes, it is a good example of what we're seeing, or what we have long anticipated or long predicted for all of you, that the Russians would take part in pretexts or steps that would lay a predicate for either war or to create confusion or spread misinformation on the ground about what's actually happening on the ground. I think it's important to remember that we would consider Eastern Ukraine, that the war began in Eastern Ukraine back in 2014. We're not waiting. It's already began back in 2014. There have been Russian separatists there. There have been efforts to spread misinformation and to create these pretexts for some time now. But certainly we continue to watch closely. Go ahead.
Is it wise for President Zelensky to leave Ukraine to attend the Munich conference?
That is a decision for him to make, but regardless of what decision he makes, he will find a strong partner in the United States.
And what does the President want to hear from the transatlantic? I think the call's going on right now. What is he going to talk about? Sanctions? What are they going to talk about?
I think you have all seen the President engage quite a bit, extensively, I should say, in conversations, video conferences, calls with his counterparts around the world to ensure we remain lockstep and coordinated and united. And that doesn't happen on its own. It happens through a lot of work and effort and a lot of direction by the President of the United States. So this is an effort to have a conversation with his counterparts about what we're seeing, where things stand, and continue that close coordination that has been ongoing for months now. Go ahead.